Hey everybody, it's time for a video lesson. This is a video lesson on how to short stocks that gap up 140%. Let's get into it on INSM. Completely nailed this trade today. So I want to show you the daily chart here first. Okay, so you can see on the daily, if you go back to prior price action here, I mean, it doesn't have very big days. For the past, I don't know, couple of years, it's just been chopping, hasn't really went anywhere. Kind of comes up to 20, rejects, and then it climbs back up and then rejects. It had some positive phase 3 data today, which really, I mean, yeah, it's a big deal. It's not that big of a fucking deal, though. It's not like it got FDA approval, and it just overreacted. This is a big overreaction. I love overreaction plays, as some of you may be aware. So, I mean, in my opinion, this is a clear short. Now, I'm a big believer in when a company, now I wouldn't necessarily consider this a real company. That might take some explaining, and that's a whole nother video lesson, but it did gap up, and this is one of my rules. When something gaps up over heavy resistance on the first green day, you leave it alone. Here's the difference. This thing gapped up 140%. It can't sustain those highs. At best, it would have tapped the 30 and then rejected. So it was pretty close to the 30 within basically 30 or 40 cents or so. So that's kind of what I was risking off of, was the 30 area. That's how I trade these. Necessarily, do I want you guys to trade them? No, don't be playing the open like that, because you need to be able to withstand a hit if it does go against you. And my count is able to withstand that hit. Let me clear this board here, because I want to redo it while I'm doing the video lesson. I do want to throw on pre-market data though, so we can get a pretty good idea of it. Okay, so you can see pre-market, this thing was just an absolute animal. We were watching it pre-market in TrickTrades chat room. Just kind of, you want to get to know these, because I've never traded INSM before, and I like to get kind of acquainted with a ticker first, like kind of a meet and greet. So if there is some pre-market action, I want to see how its price action was, and this was very strong. So it kind of made me a little hesitant to short it. Well, I was still looking at it in this area, okay, because I remember thinking that as it was climbing up. It's like, wow, this is, it's pretty strong. It did consolidate here for a bit. It broke out, pre-market breakout on fairly strong volume for the type of stock it was. It did pull back, and then that dip here, you can see this candle. See, when dips get bought up like this pre-market, it's a pretty strong stock. Okay, you can see this buyer's candle, right? This hammer. Buyers are on bottom, sellers are on top. Same type of candle, just in reverse. And I do watch those types of candles. I don't put too much stock into candles, but that I will. There's a few candle patterns that I will. So okay, pre-market, it's riding up, and I like to see these consolidate for a bit. If I think that I'm looking for a long. It just kept climbing up. I mean, once the volume comes in, we're going to have profit takers come in, right? So you see this candle here, the one right before the market open. It just kind of ramped up. It got stuffed. You see this stuff move right into basically 30. So as soon as the market opens, I jumped in. I gave it a second though. As soon as it opened up, it kind of dumped down to here, and it was right here at the bottom of this candle. It was like almost like an opening range breakdown is how I got into this, but I was risking off of 30. So I got in, and it dumped. Beautiful sight. My trade plan on this one wasn't to hold any type of shares on this. Some people may disagree with that method. It's just I have a method to my madness. I have a way that I trade. Now I got to turn off pre-market data to show you guys entry because it actually blew over the VWAP. Hold on a sec here. Because your VWAP is going to be different, right, with pre-market or data on or off. So be careful with that, guys. And I do like to trade with the pre-market data off. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It depends, and that's another video lesson on VWAP and how to properly use it. So, okay. Let me get zoomed in. Come on here. Slow. That's frozen. There we go. Jesus. Definitely one of the downsides to living out in the country, guys. Your internet is a little slow. So it dumped out. This candle here, it popped. You don't want to get shook out on these pop candles. These are most likely, it's just a bunch of shorts fucking covering. You'll get a little bit of buying in there, but no, it's mainly just shorts covering. This would be a big short covering. You don't want to get scared out because you're just going to fuck yourself out of profits. So let it come down, let it relax, and then if there's a confirmation candle, and you can see that this was a confirmation candle, how it popped. As soon as it just kind of, this one relaxed slightly, I got out all of my position on this, and I called out in chat that I'm going to be looking for a reset. So it only took a few minutes until it reset. Like these candles they're fair sized candles. Look at this, guys. There's 72 cents a range. And that one, what do we got? We got about 60 cents a range in that one. Like these are big fucking candles, man. Like this almost traded like SIG, and SIG was another big winner of mine. You can get a lot of distance on the trade very quickly, but it can also move against you quite quickly. So as soon as this candle right in here, it kind of, you see how it got stuffed? You see how it just has that top wick? It just got fucking hammered down, and I was watching it. As soon as it just got hammered down like that, I was like, yeah, here we go. So went all in. I took a really meaty position on it, and then just enjoyed the ride all fucking day. Look at this, guys. Now, you may look at that and okay, yeah, that's a pretty decent trade. Now, let's take a look here. To where I covered on the higher low, and we'll get into that. Over 4 fucking points. Over 4 points, people. These are types of trades that Mo and I from TrickTrades.com chat take each and every day. Now, do we take 4-point trades every day? No, but we do trade for points, not pennies, okay? And I've been using that saying for fucking years to you idiots out there going up and telling a certain someone. I talked to him, by the way, and we worked everything out, and you fucking morons trying to start shit on Twitter can go fuck yourselves. I've been using that saying for fucking years, guys. I've been doing this a lot longer than him. Anyways, back to the lesson. So it ended up rejecting, and as it's coming down, you always want to pay yourself on washes, okay? I know, I mean, that gets said to death, but it's just the truth. So paid myself a little bit here. Usually I'll add into these pops, but I was up basically all night. I got maybe an hour and a half worth of sleep, if that. Probably not even close to that. We got a new pup, so she was whining all night. That's all right, though. She's worth it. She's pretty cute, so I'll let it slide. So I'll usually add to these, but just really wanted to take my foot off the gas and not really size in. But I got a really meaty position in it, so I'm pretty happy with the trade. So this line in the sand here, right, and you can see once it dumped out, I mean, we did get a little bit of a panic, so it was kind of nice. Let's say if you missed the VWAP rejection, and then you missed this, okay? And this is the better trade I'm going to talk about, and I'll tell you why. If you missed this as well, the line in the sand break, and then it washed. If you're looking to kind of catch a move on it, I'll show you the move you want. this. Now, when it breaks a line in the sand, you're usually going to have a retracement, okay? Now, it retraced into this resistance. See, former support now becomes resistance. And it rejected. Didn't quite make it up there, which is even better because that just shows that how strong the sellers really were on this. People wanted out. So it rejected in this area and then just washed. And this, I believe, was another couple of points. You could have caught 2.5 points. Yeah, almost 2.5 points you could have caught on this trade. So tons of ways you could have played INSM. Yeah, really just a crazy trade. And you actually could have caught it long. And I was actually debating taking it long when I covered my whole position. Here, I'll kind of finish off the trade. So right in this area, after this wash, I really paid myself. I took most of the shares off, and I always hold some. I hold some because that's where I catch the monstrous moves. If I would have covered here, I would have missed about 1.5 of play. But I did cover up in here. So about just a little bit under 1.5. This was just, I don't know, amazing. I'm so happy I left those shares on and just really put the icing on the cake. So beautiful trade, well executed. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what I did, completely flawless. Not to sound like a jerk off here, but really nice trade though. Really happy with the trade. I mean, I say quite often that some of my best trades or some of my worst trades are the really green trades. Not this one. I'm really happy with the way I traded it. The only thing I could have done differently if I had to critique it was to add into these pops and really size into my winner. But that, like I said, I mean, very minimal sleep, just whatever. It is what it is. But I'll take the day. I could basically take the rest of the week off and be more than fine. Fuck, I mean, I could take the month off. I mean, really, if I wanted to. But really happy for first day back after a long weekend. So it came down. I had just like a few shares left, like I said. You can see here. Where did it bounce, guys? It bounced off the 24. So what does that tell you? Take it off. But I like confirmation. I had such a good average from way up here. I don't give a fuck. I want confirmation because this could have very easily kept going. I got out on this higher low. As soon as it put in a higher low on this candle confirmation right here, boom, got out. Collected my paycheck and got the fuck out. Happy with the trade. Okay, now if you missed all of this, guys, okay, if you missed the short or you couldn't get shares to short or something like that, this is what you're going to wait for. And you're going to fucking wait for it all day long. That's what trading is, okay? I think a lot of new traders want instant gratification. They want those quick trades, guys. You got to stalk your prey, man. This trade right here was perfect. It fucking washed all the way out. Where did it bounce? It bounced perfectly off the 24. Now, if you didn't want to take that and you wanted confirmation, where do you get in? You get in on your higher low. Boom. And then you just ride it up. There would have been no reason to get scared out on any of these pullbacks, and you could have just milked this all fucking day, guys. Look at this. So let's say you got in here, okay, on a candle confirmation. What do we got? By the end of the day, if you went right to the bell, which I wouldn't recommend doing, I would have pulled out a little bit before, but let's say you would have caught almost 2.5 points. And if you pulled out where you should have, especially once it kind of ramped and right towards the end of the day here, almost 3 points, basically 3 points. Jesus, so many ways to play INSM. This was a gift. This was an easy trade. This is the easy money, and this is exactly how you want to play both long and short side. Short obviously first because of the massive gap up, and then long once it bounced off a whole number after a wash. Like it washed pretty good here. It just came down, very minimal bounces. Once it hits the 24, you're good to go. You could have an order sitting there waiting, and it'll be pretty confident that it's going to go. Because for it to wash any more midday, I don't know. I mean, it could, and they do, but 24 is a nice round number, and would have been really nice. So that is your video lesson on how to short stocks that are up 140%, or that gap up 140%. Tons of ways you could have played this. Really nailed this in chat. And if you guys are tired of losing and tired of being in a chat room with mentors and gurus that don't fucking talk to you, come join TrickTrades.com. Okay, we talk to you and answer questions literally all day, every day. There's not a question we don't answer. Every single question gets answered in chat live. Okay, and you can hit us up on DM any day or night, and it'll get answered, right? You can track down some of our members and ask them. I mean, they're basically my Twitter followers. So ask them. Just ask them. We catch moves like this each and every day, guys. If you want to catch massive moves, nobody else catches moves like this. Fucking nobody catches moves like this. And Mo and I, we catch these moves each and every day. And our new moderator, Scott, Smash the Bid, he catches moves like this too. He fits in just perfectly. Love the guy. Okay, guys, take care. And remember, if you're not in our chat room, you're absolutely crazy. I guarantee that'll be the best decision you've ever made in your trading career. Anyone that comes to our chat room, they're so pissed off that they didn't join before. They can't believe how open, how honest, and how much we help them each and every day, guys. You won't regret it. I mean, you're probably in a chat room full of 1,000 fucking people, and you're all fighting for the man's attention. You don't have to fight for our attention. We have a ton of fucking members too, active members that call out trades all day long as well. We're a very caring community, guys. So come check us out, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this. Thanks, guys. Good night.